Hello friends! In this video you'll see how the actors of the movie Hit 1995 have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they look then and what's with them now in 2023. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Neil McCauley is a heist mastermind and an ace at his craft. He is used to keeping his word, and he also has flair and can be vindictive when it comes to his life or the lives of his crew. Neil has a sharp mind and can show cunning, played by Robert De Niro. Chris Shiherlis is Neil's henchman and is also the spouse of Charlene, whom he loves madly and would do anything for. He has a trusting relationship with his associates and can help in times of need. He has blonde hair below his shoulders, played by Val Kilmer. Nate engages in criminal activity and has earned himself quite a reputation. He occasionally assists Neil McCauley, with whom he has shared stolen bonds. He has considerable information, including that of the underworld. Michael Cherito is Neil's henchman. He doesn't like to talk about trifles and prefers to get straight to the point. Has a cold-blooded nature and is able to quickly navigate the situation. Played by Tom Sizemore, who died of a cerebral aneurysm in 2023. Justine is married to Hannah and is Lauren's biological mother. Sometimes she doesn't pay enough attention to her daughter's condition and also doesn't like it when her husband is unexpectedly absent for work. Justine smokes cigarettes, played by Diane Venora. Edie, Amy Brenneman, was the romantic interest of Neil McCauley. She has a creative nature and makes her living doping graphic design projects. Edie is quite an outgoing girl who is interested in many things and likes to read books. She has both fun long hair. Charlene Shiherlis, Ashley Judd, is the lawful wedded wife of Chris. She doesn't approve of her husband's way of earning money, believing that he is risking his life unnecessarily, which often causes them to quarrel. Charlene tries to have a backup plan. Cazals is one of Hannah's 4 partners. He's able to find the necessary information on criminals quickly and is involved not only in interrogations but also in stalking. He likes to spend time outside of work with his colleagues. He was played by Wes Studi. Bosco is a police sergeant who works with Vincent Hannah and also maintains a good friendship with him. In addition to his main duties, he can also act as a forensic examiner at a crime scene. He's able to think logically. The role is performed by Ted Levin. Donald Breeden became Neil's henchman after he failed to start a new life after prison. He agreed to be McCauley's temporary driver for the bank robbery. Donald is tall and quite strong in his arms, knows how to cook. The role is performed by Dennis Haysbert. Roger Van Zandt, William Fichtner, leads a criminal life. In particular, he is engaged in money laundering, as well as the sale of large quantities of drugs. He always tries to be proactive and not lose his finances, which is why he attempted on the life of Neil. Lauren Gustafson is related by blood to Justine. She has a great desire to communicate with her father, but every time he breaks his word and doesn't come to her, which makes her very nervous and worried, even over trifles. The role is played by Natalie Portman. Kelso is quite familiar with Neil McCauley, whom he helped to get the necessary schemes one of the banks in Los Angeles, including gave the necessary recommendations. He has an injury due to which he is forced to move in a wheelchair. Wanger worked for Neil for a while before defecting to Roger Van Zandt. He can act rather inadequately, not think about the consequences, and is able to just kill a person. Has a selfish nature. He has a lightning bolt tattoo on his neck, played by Kevin Gage. Alan Marciano, Hank Azaria, had previously smuggled cigarettes in New Jersey before fleeing to Las Vegas. This misdemeanor was leveraged for Vincent Hannah to get the information he needed about Charlene Shiherlis, who wears a ring on the little finger of his right hand. Driver at Drive-In is one of Roger Van Zant's men. He was assigned to ambush Neil to eliminate him and take the bonds without providing a cash ransom, but was himself killed by Michael Cherito in the process. Wears glasses. He was played by Vince Dadrick Jr. Prostitute provides intimate services of a different nature, and one of her men was Wayne Group, and who severely beat her and took her life. She has a pleasant appearance, a good figure, and always communicates seductively with men. She was played by Kai Soramakun. Trejo is part of the Neil gang, with whom he carries out robberies. He often gives the command to start the operation and also knows how to work clearly and smoothly, and if necessary will help Neil eliminate an unreliable person. He was played by Danny Trejo. Hugh Benning is often paired with Roger Van Zant, providing considerable assistance in committing various kinds of crimes. He is quite massive looking, not stupid, but lacks the neck of Neil, which caused him to fail to kill Macaulay. He was played by Henry Rollins. Schwartz is a police officer working as a detective under Vincent Hannah. He has a good mind, but doesn't have such a quick wit as in Vincent, but he tries to quickly fulfill the given orders. Knows how to use a rifle well. He was portrayed by Jerry Trimble. Dr. Bob works in a clinic and provides veterinary services. He was at his workplace when Neil showed up to him with instructions to help Chris cope with his injuries. Bob is quite balanced and knows how to perform surgical manipulations, played by Jeremy Piven. Armored Guard was one of the collectors assigned to car number 605, and he was on duty when they were attacked by the Neil Macaulay gang. He clearly fulfills job instructions, including during an emergency. Was killed by Vangro, played by Rick Avery. Drucker is part of the Vincent team, with whom he also investigated the robbery of the Neil team. He often accompanies Hannah when you need to knock out the necessary information from a person or arrange surveillance of an object. Lieutenant Vincent Hannah is Justin's spouse, who also tries to treat her daughter well. He serves on the police force and is one of the best at investigating robberies and murders. Often puts work in the foreground instead of family. He was played by Al Pacino. Richard Torina is closely related to Albert. He cooperated with Vincent Hannah and gave him the information he needed when necessary, but he always tried to get his own benefit. Richard wears a weighty earring in his left ear. The role is performed by Tone Lock. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.